Okay, so I've been putting this off for a couple days because I've been exhausted and overwhelmed and just stuff going on. So I'm not going to put it off any longer, even if I have to cut stuff out and whatever. Genesis 10. It is a list of names, which generally in the Bible, it's kind of boring to, read a list of names, right? But there are some things, while I was reading this, I was like, wait a second, that's where that happened. And I get that combination now, that correlation. So I'm actually going to read you. It's called the Table of Nations. So this is just after the flood. These are Noah's kids. The Table of Nations, Genesis 10. This is the account of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons, who themselves had sons after the flood. The Japhethites. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. The sons of Gomer: Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan: Elishish, Tarshish, the Kittim, and the Rodanim. From these, the maritime people spread out into their territories by their clans within their nations, each with its own language. So even within that family, they had different languages. Probably different dialects or something, but different languages. Okay, the sons of Ham are called the Hamites. Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush are Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Sabteka. And the sons of Ramah, so there's Cush and then Ramah. The sons of Ramah are Sheba and Dedan. Cush was the father of Nimrod, who grew to be a mighty warrior. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. This is what is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. I know it sounds funny when we say the word Nimrod or the name Nimrod, but it actually means mighty warrior. So it's really nothing to laugh at. It's something to revere, something to think of like somebody strong. The first centers of his kingdom were Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria, where he built Nineveh. Nineveh is where Jonah was told to go. That's where God told Jonah to go, because it was really terrible, and he was supposed to go there and tell them all about Jesus, but he turned the other way and got swallowed by a big fish. So Nineveh was built through Noah's line. The Hamites, actually. Which, when Noah got drunk, Ham is the one who made fun of his dad when he was drunk. So Ham actually was cursed. So that makes sense to why Ham is the father of the Ninevites, the people who were not good. Where he built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Calah, and Resen, which is between Nineveh and Calah. That is the great city. Mizraim was the father of the Ludites, the Anamites, the Leabites, Naphtuhites, Pathrusites, Chalcihites, from whom the Palestinians came. Not Palestinians, Philistines. And that's who David fought with Goliath. He was a Philistine. And Capharites. So another story in the Bible where someone that God called to go do something against a bad nation that came from Ham, but David didn't run from it. David went and did it. Something's floating. And the Capharites. Canaan was the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and the Hittites, the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Gershites, the Hivites, the Arkites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Later, the Canaanite clans scattered, and the borders of Canaan reached from Sidon toward Gerar as far as Gaza, and then towards Sodom and Gomorrah. That is the twin cities that were so full of the sin of homosexuality that God literally burned it up. And the guy's wife that turned around to look back and she turned into a pillar of salt. What's her name? I'm gonna have to find that. What is the deal? Admah, Zeboim, and as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham by their clans and languages in their territories and nations. So basically you can see that the Hamites, the son Ham that was cursed because he made fun of his father when he was drunk, everything bad came from his line. Everything bad. The Semites. Sons were also born to Shem, whose older brother was Japheth. Shem was the ancestor of all the sons of Eber. The sons of Shem are Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram are Uz, Hul, Gether, and Meshech. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah, and Shelah was the father of Eber. 2 sons were born to Eber. One whose name was Peleg, because in his time the earth was divided. Peleg, divided. N means division. Peleg means division. Don't name your kid Peleg. His brother's name was Joktan. Joktan was the father of Almodad, Shelah, Hazarmaveth, Jerath, Hedorim, Uzal, and lots of kids. Diklah, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Joab. All these were sons of Joktan. Dang. Imagine the wife. The region where they lived stretched from Nishar toward Sophar in the eastern hill country. These are the sons of Shem by their clans and languages in their territories and nations. These are the clans of Noah's sons, according to their lines of descent within their nations. From these nations spread out over the earth after the flood. So, coming from Noah, from Shem, Ham, and Japheth, came Nineveh, Sodom and Gomorrah, and a bunch of other ones. Canaan. Tarshish. Really? Japheth's grandson, Javan, named one of his kids Tarshish. And Tarshish was the name of the city in Nineveh that Jonah was supposed to go to. Wait, was Jonah coming from Tarshish? See, this is what I'm talking about. It's fascinating to see, even just reading through a bunch of names, to like where things connect in the Bible and like where different bloodlines and different stories connect to the line of Jesus. Because like I said, where is that? The Philistines came from Ham. The Philistines are the ones who were fighting the David and Goliath. Jews? The Philistines and the Jews? But anyway, then David eventually became king, and David was a man after God's own heart. David is referenced 1,000,000 times in Bible history. And we're seeing right here where the Philistines came from. If only Ham had not made fun of his father, passed out drunk. Bad boy. Bad him. But anyway, I just think it's cool.